Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. So, I have been using my living room as my filming backdrop. I will probably go back to using my room very, very soon. But for this video, I thought I would film it here. So this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm talking to you guys about something that I don't generally talk to people about, and that is my health stuff. I'm for the most part very healthy. I try to be. But there has just been some things that have been kind of interrupting that. So this video is kind of just a little catch up in case I start missing some videos or just am kind of like, meh. So this is that video. So the first thing you should know is that I have an autoimmune disease. It is called Turner syndrome. It affects women. It is why I'm very petite at 5 feet tall, and just generally it's why I have some stuff. I wear glasses, which, I mean, a lot of people wear glasses who don't have it, so it's not a big deal. I usually opt to not wear glasses when filming because usually when I'm filming I don't really need them and I'm fine without them. It has caused me to lose some hearing in both my ears, but again, like, I'm very lucky because on the scale, I'm very, very fortunate that on the spectrum of the syndrome, Turner's, I'm very low. I don't really have a lot of significant stuff other than just stuff that people have anyway. Some people have bad eyes. Some people just don't hear very well. It is what it is. You know, you don't have to have this to have those. I mean, my dad wears glasses. My mom wears glasses. My grandma wears glasses. My uncle wears glasses. My aunt wears glasses. It's just like, I mean, yeah. Mine is just related to this. Anyways, I have arthritis, which not many people know, which is a whole other autoimmune thing. I was diagnosed around 9-10, so I've been living with it for 20 years. Do the math, I'm 30. I've been living with it for about 20 years, and on and off through my life, as with anything, especially with arthritis, there are flare-ups, and then you have times where you're virtually kind of completely fine. I don't have pain most days. Some days I do, sometimes I don't. It's more stiffness. But I knew at some point it wasn't going to get easier as I got older. It's a pretty degenerative disease. It's probably going to get harder. And I'm at that point where the past year has been significantly difficult, in terms of just my overall, health and my overall, just stuff, especially my knee. My arthritis doesn't affect any other part of my body but my knees. I mean, I have it in my hip and my shoulder, they know that, but it doesn't present in those joints. It presents in my knee, in my knees, and in specifically my left knee. And for the past year, I've been dealing with very horrible and very painful flare-ups where my knee literally balloons to about the size of a grapefruit. And it's filled with fluid, which is called synovial fluid, and every joint has it. It's kind of like grease on a hinge. It just keeps your joint moving, and I'm doing my arm. It just keeps your joint moving smoothly. It's kind of like a little cushion, all that good stuff, and most people's synovial fluid is normal. Well, the past year, my knee has had really bad flare-ups where it gets really swollen, and it fills up with synovial fluid. Me and my doctor, who I have an amazing doctor, I'm very, very fortunate for my amazing doctor. I'm very grateful that I have someone who is on my side who listens to me as a patient and doesn't just kind of go, oh, well, we'll try this, oh, we'll try this. You know, she actually listens to me and takes stuff that I'm going through into consideration. And she's very aware of stuff that I go through, such as my anxiety and my anxiety mainly, and just how that can affect stuff in my body. So the past years, I've been having these really bad flare-ups about every month to every other month. And she and I have tried different medications for arthritis. We've tried lowering medications. We've tried raising certain medications for my arthritis. We've tried pulling me off most of my medications, thinking maybe I just needed to like detox. Maybe I was just shocking my body too much. When that didn't work, we then tried the next step, which is to actually drain the knee. Over the past year, we have done about 6 knee drainings. And if you have ever had a knee draining, it is not a pleasant experience. It involves a very big needle going into your joint and sucking out fluid. It's not pleasant, but it's also really not unbearable, especially when it's one of those things where after they do it, you feel an immediate relief. Like it's just like once the fluid's gone, everything is fine. We tried that. We've tried doing injections of medication directly into the joint. I've tried stomach injections. I've tried all these things. And it just hasn't been working. And it got to the point for both of us where the last visit, she put me on steroids, which I don't think any doctor would like their patient to be on steroids. That's why my face might seem a little rounder today. It's also why I'm really, really red. It can cause kind of like not rosacea, but very similar to rosacea where your cheeks just kind of flush all time. But it's also why I may look a little puffy today in this video, because it can cause like round face. So we've tried that and it works. It takes the swelling away, but it doesn't necessarily get rid of the fluid. And as soon as I'm off it for more than like 3 days, I instantaneously get the pain, the stiffness, the joint immobility. And I think that's what hurts the most is the fact that when there's fluid in your joint, you can't move it. And you're like pushing against something that's not allowing you to walk, like sit, kneel. Like I work with kids, I'm a teacher, I kneel to pick stuff up all the time. And it's impossible when your knee doesn't bend. When your knee doesn't even bend in a full sitting position. And the fact that it's like literally having a grapefruit on your leg. In your knee. So we got to the last point on our last visit where we had kind of both looked at each other and said we might need to do something a little more drastic than just changing medications and steroids and knee draining, which is already pretty drastic. The deal that if it happened again that we would discuss potentially having orthopedic surgery with her partner in her practice is her orthopedic surgeon. So my doctor and this really, really lovely man work together as a team. You know, she's the rheumatologist, he's the orthopedic person. And they're in the practice together. So it's really nice because, you know, when it came point to have that conversation, you know, I felt, you know, like she was going to be there with me every step of the way because like she would be in the appointment with me, talking to him about stuff like with my knee and then how he would work with it. And it was a really joint effort, which is really nice to see. It's not something that I've seen a lot because like when I've had like my nose surgery, my ear surgery, like my doctor is fantastic. My ENT is prime. I don't know what I would do without him and my rheumatologist. Like I just don't know what I would do without them. But he works so low. My ENT works so low. And it was interesting to see that dynamic with my rheumatologist and the orthopedic guy in her practice. They work together. And, I mean, she obviously won't have much to do with the orthopedic side of it, but just the fact that she was able to sit down with both of us and talk and kind of download him on my case and what's been going on. And they were able to talk face to face, which doesn't happen a lot of doctors because a lot of people would see their rheumatologist and she would refer them to an orthopedic surgeon and they might exchange emails, but they literally work together every day, so it's kind of nice. And yeah, so anyways, it happened again. So Tuesday I went in to see her because we were going to drain my knee and do another injection of the medication, and at the same time I was going to meet with the orthopedic surgeon. Well, Tuesday came and I went to the appointment. And she came in and talked to me and I filled out paperwork and the usual. And they had everything set up to drain my knee and to do the injection. But at the last second, she decided that she would rather me see the orthopedic guy first in the appointment because I was going to see him last. But she decided she would rather see him first. That she would rather me see him first, so that if a decision was made, we could then go from there. And basically what happened in that appointment was he came in, I did a series of x-rays, and he came in, looked at the x-rays, and decided that, yeah, like, it needed to be addressed. Basically, as he explained it, is my synovial fluid in my left knee. My right knee checked out fine. In my left knee with arthritis, is it attacked? So your body is attacking itself, basically. And basically, for some reason, my synovial fluid was being attacked. The lining in my synovial fluid was being attacked and attacking itself and causing these kind of repeated flare-ups, which is very, very common in arthritis, especially inflammatory arthritis such as psoriatic or rheumatoid, which is the one I have. And the decision was made to go in 2 weeks to do arthroscopic surgery. Basically, he is going to go in and he's going to remove the synovial fluid and the lining in my knee, take out as much of the damaged lining. He also thought there could be a small chance that, because there was clicking, that my meniscus might be torn, worn down, just not all around in great condition, which again, very common with arthritis and that disease. So he would go in and do what he needs to and repair anything he needed to repair, and basically that's the decision. It's something I have to do in order to just keep my body right. It's gonna make it much easier for me to walk, stand, work, basically do everything. Like, even something as easy as cleaning my apartment is really hard for me. Just the mobility and like getting up and down and, you know, like bending down and cleaning things and taking things off shelves and putting them back. So this is going to be really, really good. Now, I'm scared to death because it is surgery. I mean, it's surgery. Anytime I go into surgery, it's scary. I will be vlogging it because I feel like people want to know what it's like to potentially have this. There are lots of videos out there that you can watch, but I feel like from a personal standpoint, like, I gravitate towards the videos that that other people have made about it. So I will be vlogging it. I don't know if they'll allow me to vlog in the hospital, but I'll kind of vlog as much as I can. But yeah, but the reason I really wanted to talk about this is because I feel like people, especially when people suffer internally, and I'm not suffering by any means. I mean, I have a great support system that helped me. I mean, not help me, but I have a great support system with my doctors, and just they help me when they can, and my work obviously, you know, allows me to do doctor's appointments and do things like take a few days off to have surgery. I mean, it's only like, I think I only need to take like 2 days off, but, you know, they're allowing me to do that in the midst of summer school and camp and all that stuff, like at my school. But the main reason I want to talk to you about this is because I feel like when people suffer inside or deal with things internally, such as things that aren't a external issue, you know, like, it's easy to see someone with a broken arm be like, oh, what happened? Like, you're hurt, or like a broken leg, or, you know, if someone's clearly, you know, has something on their body, like, you see it. And I feel like when people have internal things that you don't see, it's really, really hard for healthy, and I use air quotes, because everyone has their own shit, and everyone goes through their own stuff, and I'm just acknowledging that like, no one's life is perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone has their stuff to deal with. But when healthy people who might not have medical issues or might have just like the occasional like flu or sickness, like common things, like it's hard to gauge someone who doesn't look sick. It's hard to gauge someone who doesn't look like they're having problems. I mean, if you met me, you would probably not even think that there was anything wrong. You wouldn't know I had arthritis. You wouldn't know, like, that this stuff's going on because it doesn't show on the outside. Like, I don't have any physical outside telltale signs. It's all internal and inside of my body that I feel it. And I feel like, you know, people, when they deal with things like arthritis, diabetes, depression, anxiety, because people don't see it, it's really hard for them to either grasp it, understand it, sympathize, empathize, all of that. And I feel like as someone who does YouTube videos, even though like I'm not like, even though like if this reaches one person, I'd be happy. Like you're not alone. Like there are people who are with you. There are people who understand. There are people who sympathize. And I feel like it's very hard when people don't get it to feel like you have support. I mean, my family's great. Like they obviously support me in doing the surgery and doing what I need to do to get healthy again and back to like a really good place with my knees and all of that. And my director is amazing. She's been fantastic, and both my directors have been great in my school and understanding and very, very gracious with letting me go whenever I need to go to doctor's appointments, which are only like an hour. They're not very long, so I can get back pretty quick. But yeah, and I feel like people feel very alone when people don't understand, and you're not alone. I'm not alone. I know there are a lot of people out there who have arthritis. There's a lot of people out there who are short. There are a lot of people out there who have things that get it. And I feel like it's just, sometimes it's nice to hear someone say you're not alone and that it's okay. You're going to be okay. Because I mean, there are days when I just don't think that it's going to be okay. There's been days in this past year where I've been on the phone to my family, like crying and being like, I can't walk, I can't stand, I can't do anything, like I can't get off my couch because like it just hurts. And I'm at the point now, thankfully, you know, with the steroids that I'm solid. But, you know, it's very lonely when you have, especially an autoimmune disease, because like you get sick a lot. People don't get it. You know, the most common thing is, God, you're always sick. Why are you always sick? Like, God, like you're sick again? Like, that's where people go instead of like, oh, like there must be something else going on. It's kind of like, oh, you're sick again? Oh, wow, this is like the third time you've been sick this week. Like, oh, this is like the third time you've been sick in the past like 2 months. Like, yeah, like I get sick easily. It happens. No one's immune to getting colds and flu. It just sometimes might hit me harder. But at the same time, I work a 45-hour-a-week job. I live alone in my apartment, which I love. And I work a 45-hour-a-week job where I'm up and down, up and down, up and down, outside, inside. You know, and I keep up, and I'm very proud of that I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't let myself be like, oh, like I can't do it. Because, I mean, there's no reason why I can't. But I just wanted to basically make this video, A, life catch-up, 2, let you know that surgery vlogs are happening, and 3, to say that anyone out there who watches this, even if it's one person that sees this video and might get some help out of it, it's okay. You're going to be fine. We're in this together. You're not alone, and tomorrow's a new day. While it's raining out right now in Chicago, it's going to be sunny at some point. And yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know it's really different. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you have any questions on things I've discussed, comment below, tweet me, Instagram me, Tumbler me, Snapchat me, all of that. I'm more than happy to answer questions. If there are comments on my videos, when there are the few comments, like I do answer them. And I read all of them, but I do answer, I would say like 95% of them. So yeah, like if you have any questions, or if, you know, this video makes a difference, which like I said, if it helps one person, I feel like I've accomplished one thing. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. There will be one more normal video next week, and then it'll be surgery time. So I might pre-film a video for that weekend and just be able to upload it on my lovely couch, because I won't be doing much. I'll be pretty much confined to just laying down for a few days. So maybe I can pre-film. I mean, they'll definitely leave one normal video next weekend, and then maybe I'll pre-film one if I can the following week to put up. But there will definitely be updates and vlogs on the surgery, because yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Have a happy weekend. If you are a dad, happy Father's Day tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time.